Let's dive into dopamine. It's often referred to as the chemical of desire, but why is that the case? Here's how it works. From an evolutionary perspective, our brain rewards us with a neurotransmitter called dopamine whenever we engage in behaviors that increase our chances of survival. Consider this. When you stand in front of your fridge with the option of choosing a carrot or a piece of chocolate, your brain pushes you toward the chocolate. Why? Because it knows that chocolate will provide a more immediate, pleasurable experience. Naturally, you'll choose the chocolate. You might think, it's okay to indulge in a piece of chocolate now and then. And that's true. But here's the catch. When your brain releases a surge of dopamine, it wants more. It creates a craving, and before long, you're hooked. That's the point when addiction takes hold, and we become reliant on that dopamine hit to feel good. This is why people develop unhealthy habits, like overeating, alcohol dependence, or substance abuse. The problem is, dopamine doesn't distinguish between what's beneficial and what's harmful. The frightening truth is that modern society has found ways to exploit this natural reward system to an extreme. Companies design their products and online platforms to trigger dopamine releases, ensuring we keep coming back for more. Social media feeds now use algorithms instead of chronological order, and video games have leveled systems to keep us hooked. Every scroll, every click, every like is engineered to deliver a dopamine boost. What makes it even more insidious is that none of this takes any effort from us. We're instantly rewarded with a flood of dopamine. It's wild to think about, but we live in a world built to manipulate our emotions for profit. Dopamine has been scientifically shown to impact the decisions we make, pushing us to consume mindlessly instead of creating the lives we truly want. And that's why, on a daily basis, dopamine controls us. It's why billions of people unconsciously spend their time consuming rather than producing, focusing on short-term pleasure rather than long-term fulfillment. I believe this problem is much more widespread than most of us realize, and I want to tackle it by doing a 7-day dopamine detox to reset my relationship with dopamine and hopefully inspire you to do the same. Here are the rules. For the next 7 days, I'm cutting out the following things: no social media, no digital entertainment, no junk food, no chips or sweets, just healthy options. Only water for drinks. With the rules set, I'm ready to go. The first day started unusually quiet. I didn't rush to grab my phone, and instead, I spent my morning in silence. I've been out of routine recently, so getting back to basics felt great. I didn't go for walks or do much working out, but today was about changing that. After breakfast, I got to work on a script for a video, and without distractions, I found myself in a good flow, completing tasks quickly. It was like a breath of fresh air. By the afternoon, I was reminded of how hard it can be to break habits. When I got in the car, music was playing. It felt strange driving in silence, but I stuck with it, focusing on the road instead of tuning out. As the day ended, I realized I was more focused than usual. There were no distractions pulling me out of my flow. I felt productive, ticking off tasks I'd been putting off, like reviewing a script and shooting video content. A few days in, I noticed some clear benefits. Without the constant noise of social media, music, and other distractions, I felt more present. I was able to immerse myself in new activities that I had previously put off. One of the most striking changes was how calm I felt. I wasn't constantly chasing the next dopamine hit. I could focus on what was happening right in front of me, whether it was a sunset or a quiet moment of reflection. My thoughts became clearer, more organized. I wasn't preoccupied with what I had to post next on social media or comparing myself to others. I hope this challenge helps you realize the power of stepping away from constant stimulation. It doesn't have to be forever, but just long enough to recenter and focus on what truly matters.